Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and today we are speaking about Virgo and Mercury. So, the 15 degrees of Virgo. Okay, I told you that this is a degree of Mercury's exaltation, and if you really look at Mercury, okay, Mercury is a major significator and an indicator in all things to do with agriculture. So we're looking at agricultural commodities and you want to look at its astrological significator, you look at Mercury, right? Now, Mercury 15 degrees, which is conjunct the fixed stars, Vindimiatrix and Purima, I told you, it gives us psychic messages. But Virgo is not for idle fortune telling, okay? This degree is not for idle prophecy or banal fortune telling, or tea leaf reading or coffee leaf reading. It is how we organize and optimize to better our lot by receiving the psychic information. These premonitions are given to us so we may better organize. Mercury, Hasta Nakshatra, Virgo Hasta Nakshatra, ruled by the moon, the hands. Get busy with the hands. Mercury rules the hand. Now, Valence says, Vatius Valence, a Hellenistic astrologer, he says first 7 degrees of Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Okay, it's term rulership. The term is ruled by Mercury. And it's not lucky, it's lucky per se, but not lucky in love, okay? Now the next 10 degrees is ruled by Venus. And here we've got censored, wronging their marriage and falling into difficulty because of this. Very interesting. And lucky in theatrical matters. For me, the first 7 degrees of Mercury hold a lot of meaning because I have my rising on the 7 degrees of tropical Virgo. Okay, so 7 degrees of tropical Virgo. I was almost ruled by Mercury because first 7 degrees, but I'm like 735 or something. So it seeps in this Venusian scenario. And, wronging their marriage and falling in difficulty because of this. So, I don't know. I mean, I've not really ever had very many relationships except with the one person for 17 years. And, when you're with one person for 17 years, you tend to forget you ever had any ex. So that's interesting. Very unnatural in passion. When Saturn is in aspect, when Mercury is in aspect, they commit adultery. So this next 7, so from about 7 to 17 degrees of Mercury, look for planets there, what planets you have, if your rising is there. I have my Venus on the 12 degrees. So it falls in this Venus term of Virgo, wronging their marriage and falling into difficulty. So that's just, and my marriage did go through a lot of difficulty, but not because I wronged it in any way. Unnatural in passions. I said Mercury is an aspect, they commit adultery. When Jupiter, they commit many pardonable sins, okay? Mammoth sins, but pardonable. And when Sun is in aspect, they commit hidden action. When Moon is in aspect, they meet with misfortune and political opposition. Now, this is so crazy. Okay, if Saturn and Mars sits in this term, it causes prostitution. So if you have anything between, especially your personal planets, between the 7 to 17 degrees of Virgo, especially if you've got that Saturn or Mars, of course depends on day chart or night chart, very many other things, but it could lead to prostitution. Okay, in fact, even Carol Rushman, she says that the first degrees of Virgo Pisces, they're very promiscuous. And when planets station here, okay, stationing retrograde or stationing direct, then we start illicit love affairs. And she speaks of the first 7 degrees of Virgo, where I have my rising, 7 odd degrees of Virgo. So that's something to think of. Did work for you? I mean, do you have anything in these first degrees? Let me know. But it's very, very interesting to me that there's a lot of association with this Venus term of Virgo and its direct connection to whoring and prostitution. And I have seen the charts of very many women who are engaged in the sex industry, because I regularly work with women in foundations and sex workers in many different places, and many of them have planets in this Venusian term of Virgo. So 7 to 17 degrees of Virgo. Drop me a comment if you've heard about this. If you haven't, then why not do some research and add to the information. Thank you, take care, and speak soon.